Wakey, wakey. It's Bobby B, week 2, Lamar 5314 for our discussion. Let's get going. Hello, coming to you live from my living room. Got the Doc Holiday watching over me for week 2. So let's do a great job this week, classmates. All right. So after reading their report about ICT and innovative schools, I see that not all schools were convinced of the benefits of information and communication technology, but the case is not closed. What went right in this case study was a long, detailed look at closing the technology gap or the digital divides in students. That's very important. The presentation quality has improved, but Finnish teachers were unsure of the quality of the content. Okay, I agree with some of the teachers who voiced their concern that students were waiting for somebody else to do the thinking. Another teacher felt that ICT created the illusion of being easy. What could have been done better is to draw a clearer line between ICT teaching and learning and student success, and I just didn't see that happening. What lessons we need to apply is to continually teach students to recognize and assess web materials. Students and teachers must recognize materials that could be hate literature, incoherent literature, or inaccurate descriptions. Okay, so here's a question. How are places like Wikipedia such a wonderful starting point for deeper learning, but also a wild goose chase? That is what we're discovering about with ICT. The laptop is just a portal to wherever you want to go. Just like a car can drive to the beach or drive into the ditch, we have to have good drivers. We have to have good roadmaps and a clear path for success. One quote that popped out to me was this one: ICT use was further limited by problems with technical support. In most schools, technical difficulties were reported as a major barrier to usage and a source of frustration for students and teachers. Okay, we were doing some construction near a high school of ours, and somebody cut the internet line. I'm not going to say who, and that affected several of our feeder schools, and they lost internet and phones for the entire day. That just wasn't fun. Okay, so I read the entire ICT equity document, and that took my Saturday, so that was cool. On page 13, we see in sum, no single pattern emerge on each of the equity dimensions discussed in this section. Also, this quote stood out for me on page 13. The picture regarding the impact of ICT on students of different attainment levels is also mixed. Can you believe that? Mixed. Here's an iPad, here's a phone. Attainment level is mixed. Many of the schools noticed no difference. Awesome. Admittedly, judgments backed by limited objective experience. Okay, one thing that was really good that I found was that information and communication technology of ICT was reported to have particular benefits for students with special needs. Yay! It can help students with writing difficulties. It helped improve confidence and achievement. It may enhance the opportunities for those with communication difficulties and also relate to others through email and chat rooms. That's also a good thing. Okay, in regard to the iPad debacle, it starts with leadership. Those in charge went way too fast. They didn't engage stakeholders and were tempted by technology to make their jobs easier. So, newsflash, learning is hard. Nobody can do the learning for you. Reading about the UNESCO Mobile Learning Report for North America, I was surprised to see the report about a project in North Carolina that provided smartphones and cell phone service to at-risk students with low math scores. They saw an improvement in scores. That's great. Also, 2009, students were more interested in STEM jobs than other high school students nationally, and 2/3 of those students took more math classes. That's awesome. Okay, so for the second week, we're looking at the Los Angeles Unified School District iPad debacle, and we had the same thing happen to our school district. We bought a video hosting platform that is really underutilized. One thing that's going right is that most schools are using it for their morning announcements, and that's creating a lot of engagement and student recognition. But our hosting platform can use YouTube videos, but training hasn't happened district-wide. In fact, not all of our schools are using morning announcements. So just because we have great technology and we're paying for it, it's really underutilized, and the workflow is very confusing. When it comes to using mobile devices inside schools, the best thing was the hybrid approach. Schools providing the internet, providing a lot of the hardware and things like that. Provide students with as many digital devices as possible, but still allow students that ownership to bring their own devices. Provide great, filtered internet to everybody. We want to make sure kids can't get on bad websites, and then make sure great teaching and learning is happening in your building. Okay, going back to the 4DX book, we must have appropriate lead measures to get the right lag measures. Good lead measures include quality internet and devices, great teaching and learning, great resources, and the lag measures are student success. And I agree that with the report that a big problem with mobile learning is safety and distractions. That's why providing devices allows schools to control the learning to make it safer and to also limit distractions. Encourage students still to bring their own devices. That way schools can say, well, we're not going to hinder your learning. And if a student connects to the Wi-Fi, the school can track where the device goes. They can look at bullying and things like that, and they can block websites. Okay, so I'm wrapping up here. I love the 5 recommendations presented in the UNESCO document about North America mobile learning. As districts and schools begin to plan for mobile learning programs, they must ensure several critical components are in place before moving forward with program implementation. Here they are. Focus on leadership and a common vision before embarking on this mobile learning initiative. Shift from the district acceptable use policies to responsible use policies. Be a good digital citizen. Consider the use of mobile technologies can create a one-to-one learning environment. Consider a variety of approaches to implementing mobile learning initiatives. Consider expanding broadband. Let's try that again. Consider expanding broadband connectivity to ensure 24/7 access for students. That includes buying cell phone service to at-risk students, and establish a job-embedded professional development program. Overall, the big takeaway this week was that nobody wants to be the next LA Unified School District. As the old saying goes, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. We need to keep looking for failures when we're researching best practices, because hindsight's 2020. Okay, classmates, great discussion this week. Let's get at it.